Let's move on to the Octagon. You and I like to discuss this a lot. Dana White said over the weekend that mid-September date, September 16th, that's out the window. What? Now that Canelo Alvarez and Triple G will be fighting on that night. He shed some light on Conor McGregor's potential workload for this year. Take a listen.
That was the date that we were shooting for, provided we could get the deals done. And, we're not even that far along in the process, so I guess I don't need to worry about the date anymore.
Okay, well, if a date can't be arranged in 2017, do you think there's any chance we see Conor fight in the UFC this year at all?
Yeah, Conor wants to fight. Conor wants to fight Floyd. Conor wants to fight twice this year. So, we'll just have to see how this thing plays out.
Tick, 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 tick. We're in May, and he hasn't fought once this year. Just had a new baby. We all know that. Put it up on the IG for everybody to see. So Dana, the boss man, says Conor's not going to fight White. He's going to fight twice. Will one of those fights be against Floyd Mayweather?
That's a good question. I don't know if they get that done this year. You heard Dana White mention that Conor wants to fight, and we know Conor hasn't fought since November of 2016.
Where are you?
First of all, the thing that got me is that Conor wants to fight twice. Well, time out, Dave. We're already in May. So unless you're going to announce a fight in the next month, normally you at least take 4 or 5 months off. Some fighters take 6 months off. So, I mean, unless you're fighting in June and December, which I don't think that's going to happen, there's no way that Conor McGregor is fighting twice in 2017. Dana White, stop blowing smoke up our butt because the man is not fighting twice. All we want to know is, will Mayweather versus McGregor happen this year? That's all we want to know.
Because he's been training in boxing. He's been training pre-baby. Okay. But he hasn't been necessarily, I'm sure he's been doing his mixed martial arts work as well.
Right.
But we've seen him in those terrible videos that he posts with him boxing. And he looks very slow. But anyway, it looks like that's what he's been doing. I still think that fight happens this calendar year.
Gotcha.
Now, if you're going to fight twice, that means one of those should be in the Octagon, and one of those would be inside that squared circle against Floyd.
You certainly wouldn't go to the Octagon first, right? Because
I wouldn't think so.
Because if you lose that fight, to me, that takes a little bit of the attraction off the Mayweather fight.
What's your weight class? You going to defend your belt at 155? Are you moving back up to 170? Are you fighting Nate Diaz? Who are you fighting?
Right.
I mean, there's so many questions if you do come back to the UFC. I almost think everybody in the UFC is like, we're not even thinking about Conor right now until he gets that Conor Floyd thing done. And then we'll worry about where we plug and play him back into.
Yeah.
But he's going to come back eventually. We just don't know when.
Hands down. I think early next year, though, Dave, that's when they're going to get that Mayweather-McGregor all kicked off. I think Conor sits out the whole 2017, because, look, he fought 3 times in 2016.
He's normally very active.
Right. That's his huge workload. So give him this break in 2017.
A whole year.
He's got a baby to look after.
Come on, man. Get out there and fight,
Daddy. Him and his
go.
girlfriend.